Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Live Beautiful with Vamsi. When I first started this channel, I started making general videos about general health like best foods for bones, best food for growing taller, best foods for eyesight, some best exercises for growing hair, some kind of general health kind of channels I started making. I even made videos about best yoga asanas, what are the benefits of each and every yoga asana, etc. etc. But as many of you know, I recently relocated to Germany, and ever since I relocated to Germany, I have been making videos about various aspects of German culture. Now in this video, I am going to discuss some outstanding German habits which I have observed over the past 2 months. Without further ado, here I go. The first outstanding German habits, and the reason why I say outstanding is some German habits, they really stand out. I mean, coming from a country like India, you can't help but noticing this wonderful German habits. The first wonderful German habit is Germans are of extreme helping nature. And I got a taste of extreme helping nature of Germans the first day I landed in Germany. Barely 4 hours after I came to Germany, I had to catch a local train to travel somewhere to look for an apartment. And because it was the first time in Germany, I was not aware of the language, and as you know that, as many of you might be knowing, that most of the boards in Germany, they are written in German. So I did not know how to use that automatic machine, how to take a ticket, etc. etc. When I asked a bypassing German to help me, he spent his own money and bought me a ticket. And when I offered to give him money, he bluntly refused. He saying that because I am coming from other country, he would like to help me by buying a ticket. This was one sweet experience, and this was a sweet way to start your life in Germany, taking help from somebody. Of course, I'm not proud of it or anything, but it gave me a kind of a prologue about what was going to come in my upcoming days in Germany. And one more wonderful habit I have observed in Germany is whenever people are traveling with heavy luggage, and whenever their station comes and they are trying to dismount their luggage, some or other co-passenger always helps them in dismounting their luggage. They help the concerned person to take their luggage down. They never think about helping with luggage as below status or anything like that. Whether they are trying to mount the luggage into the train or dismount the luggage out of the train, some other co-passenger or fellow pedestrian, fellow passenger standing on the platform, they will help the concerned person to put the luggage into the train or to help the luggage out of the train, whether it is male or female. Okay, this is one excellent trend which I observed in Germany. And many times when I asked Germans for directions, till now I never got an answer that I don't know. Even if they don't know, they take out their mobile, they check the Google Maps or whatever app is in their mobile, and help and tell the exact address or give the exact directions how we have to reach our destination. Sometimes when I did not understand the Google Maps and I showed them the Google Maps, they took my mobile into their hands. They observed where exactly I have to go, and then also they directed. Touchwood, till now, no German said I don't know. Even during local trains or subway, whenever I ask them how to go to such certain station, they always take out their mobile, they searched for the destination, and they did help me. So somehow I feel that there is some kind of innate, inherent helping nature within Germans. And the next wonderful German habit is Germans have real explore the life and experiment with life attitude. Let me give a small example. Well, in the past 2 months, I have just tried my luck in some different types of restaurants. Of course, Indian restaurant, Vietnam restaurant, Cambodian restaurant, Japanese restaurant, Thai restaurant, Mexican restaurant, and I observed that each and every restaurant is always full with Germans. And when I discussed this with some of my colleagues who were kind of close to me, they said that Germans like exploring different tastes of foods, and this particular attitude expands to the various aspects of their life. Especially during holidays, they travel to different countries, they like to get different experiences, they like to get cultural shocks. So they have this kind of experimental life attitude, which I find very admirable. And next wonderful habit, I don't know, this is wonderful or not depending on your perspective, but once a German employee settles with the company, most probably, yes, I use the word most probably because I cannot say 100%, most probably he will stick to the company for his lifetime. This is very similar to Japanese employment culture. Japanese also, once they join a company, they will not quit the company till their retirement. Usually Japanese, once from as a freshman or a GET, fresh from college, they join a company, they will stay with their company till their retirement. And the same kind of culture exists in German country also. At least in my company, I have seen many people who have been in this company for 15 years, 18 years, who, on most of them, they joined this company as freshers. Here they call themselves freshmen. Okay, so this is also one more admirable quality of Germans. And next weird habit, I don't know whether it is admirable or not. Once a German settles in an apartment, they stay in the apartment for decades together. At least based on my observation, I would say that once a German takes an apartment for rent, he usually stays in that apartment for rent for years together. Okay, so this is also one more admirable habit of Germans. And in this country, one thing is very clear: buying your own home is not a status symbol. There are many affluent people who live in rented houses, and here rented house is usually perceived as a burden. Peculiarly, I mean, according to Germans, once you buy a home, you are stuck in that home. You don't have flexibility to move to other homes. You have no choice but to take a home near your office, or if in case you want to change your job, or in case you want to look for other job, you are literally handcuffing yourself. So that's the German mentality. They don't look at buying your home as a status symbol, but as a status symbol. They're quite okay with living in a rented house for decades together. And one more habit is Germans don't change cars very often. Roads are well maintained. Of course, well maintained roads actually help Germans not to change their cars. And usually one thing about Germans is, while buying itself, they do lot of research and buy a top model, a really high-end model. While buying, they don't do any kind of miserness or miser mentality. While buying, they spend the best buck on the top-end car. But once they buy a car, they maintain it for years together. Actually, in my own apartment basement, there are some cars which are almost 20 years old or 25 years old, which are well maintained and which Germans use on regular basis to go to the nearby malls, or to go to the nearby to drop their kids on to the nearby schools. They use cars on very regular basis. I personally have seen some 2000 model Mercedes, 1995 model BMWs on German roads, which are well maintained. And one more good habit Germans have is Germans don't waste food at all. Somehow wasting food is considered a big, not exactly crime on a legal basis, but it's looked at in a very bad note. So even when people go to high-end restaurants, they usually don't leave anything on the table. Even if a couple of slices of bread is left on the table, they take the bread, pack it in a napkin, and put it in their purse. Or it is not something which they can put in the purse, without any hesitation, they tell the server to pack it and give it. Okay, they don't look at it as some kind of a loss of status or anything to ask the waiter to pack it. But in general, it is a common perception of Germans that food must not be wasted at all. And one more thing is, most of the German families have a small mini library in their homes. They are in general good book readers and they love stationery. Okay, there is hardly any home in Germany where there isn't a shelf of books. If they cannot afford a separate reading room or anything, at least there is a small shelf where there is a sizable collection of books. Germans are by default good book readers, and I have actually seen this in while traveling in some local trains. I have seen many Germans reading books, even in their iPads, even in their mobiles. I have seen people reading books in their mobiles also, which has a slightly bigger screen. Okay, and one more common thing is, these people, it seems they love stationery a lot. They love fancy notebooks, highlighters, fancy pens, and it seems it's a ritual that when you go to somebody's home, you just give them a gift of some fancy notebook or a fancy book or some fancy stationery item. It may be even a stapler or a highlighter, whatever it is. I mean, in our country, when we go to, in India, when we go to somebody's house, we take a box of sweets or anything like that. But here, it's actually a slight ritual that you take some stationery. Even if it is an empty notebook, it is fine. But for some reason, Germans love books and things associated to books. Next thing is they are very health conscious, and many of them are fitness freaks. I have seen many people jogging on the roads even during winter at morning 11 o'clock. During winters, during daytimes, during early morning daytimes, when cold is unbearable, well, naturally roads are closed. But around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock also I have seen people taking a jog. And I have seen almost people up to age of 50 to 60 jogging on the roads. And people keep themselves physically very active, especially soccer. For example, in India, we keep playing cricket. Even if we get a small ground, we play cricket. So likewise here, even if they get a small ground, even if there's a small empty space available to them, right from kids, teenagers, they keep playing soccer, football. I don't know if it is officially the national game, but football is very popular here. Last but not the least, these people find it difficult to eat spicy food. For example, in our Indian foods, our wives or mothers, they usually cut 3 to 4, chilies and put it in the dish, whether it is dal or some curry. To get a spicy feel, they cut some 3 to 4 chilies and put it in the dish. But these people, even if it is a quarter of the chili, they cannot survive. They cannot eat it. And this I am saying out of my own personal experience. Once I cooked some tamarind rice, what we call pulihora. I cooked some pulihora with my own. I'm not a good cook exactly, but still with whatever little I know, I cooked some pulihora, and once I shared with a colleague. And that lady, she tasted a bit of pulihora. Immediately she ran to the counter, bought a bottle of Coca-Cola and drank it, saying that it was unbearably spicy for her. So these people, they don't eat spicy food. Usually their food is very non-spicy. Okay, so these are some funny or weird German habits which I observed. Hope you find these things interesting. Maybe you can always learn something from Germans. You can always, or if you are just plain curious about various cultures, I hope this video helps. Okay, right. And well, lastly, I would like to request you to please like and subscribe my channel. In the description, I will give the link to my channel. You can just click on my channel and see the various videos that are available in my channel. Even before I came to Germany, as I said, plenty of videos about general health are available. About yoga asanas, best foods for eyesight, best food for hair, best food for skin, best protein foods for muscle, etc., etc. So such kind of videos are available in my channel. If in case you want to browse it, you can browse it. It's totally your choice. But anyway, I will add the description. But one thing I humbly, insistingly request is, please like and subscribe, because more likes and more subscribes, it definitely encourages me to make more and more more and more videos. Thank you. Please have a good day or good night, depending on where you are in the world. God be with you. Bye-bye.